Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Tapu Lele in the Open Master League. This Pokemon got buffed with PSYSHOCK now. It's going to be quite a bit faster to get to this move, which is going to be quite nice for this Pokemon. PSYSHOCK got buffed from 45 energy to 40 energy, allowing it to get there basically after 4 Astonish. Is going to be super good for this Pokemon. As you see here, the defense is going to drop still from the opponent with our other move, Nature's Madness, and that's the main benefit here. Now you're going to have a clear bait move, and you have a clear, more stronger charge move here with Nature's Madness, especially thanks to the debuff. And this is really cool for the Tapu Lele, because before you got to PSYSHOCK and the Nature's Madness at the same time. Now you get to PSYSHOCK one fast move earlier. You don't need to care about residual energy there, because all of your moves basically take off all of the energy that you have there, like if you, of course, go for them straight away. So you don't have to have any kind of overhead there, because you generate 10 energy with one fast move of Astonish, and you need 4 fast moves for the PSYSHOCK and 5 for the Nature's Madness. But yeah, this is going to be now Master League being back, and Master League for the first time where everybody had access to Kyurem. And that's a big issue. That is a big issue for the current meta, at least at the current time. It could be that people figure it out a bit more, but we have a double fairy type lead team here, and I was struggling against the Kyurems, and I don't really have a team that's particularly weak to them until you see Kyurem Black, which has Shadow Claw, where we have 2 weaknesses to. So that might be a bit of an issue. We're going to talk about it in this video as well. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Generally speaking, if I say they might be a bit too strong, they might deserve a bit of a nerf in the future, but I don't actually think that I would like to see them getting nerfed directly, because a lot of people spend a lot of resources and a lot of money into it, including myself. What I would like to see is that some of the answers get a bit of a buff. So what are the answers? Rock-type Pokemon. Nihilego is the best one, and this kind of tells you quite a lot of it, because Nihilego, especially with the typing it has, isn't great. I guess forgot about the Rhyperior, which is very strong. My bad. But then again, Rhyperior is being weak to the ice typing, so never mind. And then we're going to have fighting type Pokemon, which I mainly kind of want to see. Fairy type Pokemon are already quite overpowered in the current meta, like they are definitely very strong. But yeah, here we're going to see Kyurem Black, for example. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. Like, this Pokemon is so strong. Here we're going to be able to go for the PSYSHOCK. We actually have some more of the later battles here in this one here. The longer I played this team, the better it was for me. I really started off weak. I went 1-4 with the first set, and afterwards I went positive, and then I started into the next set and won all of my battles, like the 3 that I did. And so in total, I went mostly quite neutral with it, and I do think I would have went a little bit better if I knew a bit more on how to play this team first. But yeah, let me tell you, Kyurem is everywhere. And Kyurem White, I told you before, I like Kyurem White a little bit more than Kyurem Black. Yes, for this team, Kyurem Black is more problematic than Kyurem White. That is definitely the case because of Shadow Claw being super effective against 2 of my Pokemon. But look at this matchup here. We are a fairy type Pokemon against Kyurem White. They can just farm us down. I cannot even do anything about this. And that is the main benefit of Kyurem White. And that's why I think this Pokemon is quite ridiculous. And trust me, I will showcase them again. But they are quite high on top of the meta currently. Both of them are so strong. It is quite difficult to actually counter them. Like, it is quite difficult. Like, what are you going to do? Like, especially for Kyurem, I guess the best answer is Charm Primarina. Like, this is the answer. Charm Primarina is what you want to run currently, because it is going to be able to resist Ice Fang, and it still does super effective damage against both of the Pokemon there. So yeah, that is your answer there. But yeah, again, it is a bit of an interesting one. Here the opponent actually plays Terrakion, which I respect. I would love to build a Terrakion as well, because this Pokemon is really cool in the current meta thanks to the Rock and Fire typing. But not only this, the thing is about this Pokemon, yeah, like, it is just so funny and unique. Like, nobody is playing it really. I wish that Rock wouldn't get nerfed for this Pokemon. I wish it had like some better secondary coverage move, but as you see here, it actually allows us to win this battle. So one more thing there. I would love to see, by the way, if you have this Pokemon built, if you could send me battles for Meloetta, and if you could send me battles for Keldeo. Keldeo also got buffed this season. Meloetta is an obvious one because I made already the video for the Open Ultra League, but Keldeo is one of them that also got buffed that completely went over my head. I completely forgot about this Pokemon existing, but Aqua Jet on this Pokemon makes it completely a different tier and makes it an actually absolutely strong Pokemon. So if you have your Keldeo build, I would love to see some gameplay for this one, and I really should make a video about this one for the Ultra League as well, but I completely forgot about this, so it's gonna most likely be a video eventually, because I did not know that this Pokemon would have Aqua Jet, and this completely makes this Pokemon super good because it has super fast stab coverage and is a very unique fighting type Pokemon for the open Master League right now. So if you have either of them, I would love to see some gameplay for you from you as well on this channel. Would love to showcase. Here we're actually going to be able to get rid of both the Keldeo as well as the Kyurem, which is really nice because I don't like either of them. And we can move on to the next opponent. Yeah, generally speaking, one more thing as well. Did you play the recent Spotlight Hour? I did play the Spotlight Hour today. Like, hopefully this is still going on for you, or like you played them, because this one was something that you could not miss out on. Absolutely could not miss out on. I got 1.4 million Stardust in 1 hour, catching all the Shelters with the Star Piece, and I played it very casual. I was just out for a walk with my girlfriend, and I played very casual and got 1.4 million Stardust. Like, it was easily able for people who are really gonna go like all try hard to go ahead and get 2 million Stardust easily. Absolutely easily if you really go hardcore, fully farm there, sprint for every spawn, whatever. I was literally just mainly standing around even half of the time looking at stuff instead of even catching them, and got 1.4 million Stardust. That was by far the best hour in Pokemon Go that I had, like in terms of the worth that I got from it. Absolutely. Amazing event. Hopefully this is going to come again as well next season. This was, I think, the first time that there was a Pokemon that got boosted Stardust and had a 2-time then Stardust extra on top of it, which never happened before. And 3,000 Stardust per catch is absolutely madness, and was something that I definitely, hope that he did this time around as well, because it was so worth it. Like, there's going to be a lot more content I can do now because of this event. Anyway, we're going to see here Meloetta together with Keldeo. I make a big mistake here, by the way. I should have never swapped out here into my Xerneas. I should have never done that. Absolute big mistake there. If you just stayed in there, I would have had my perfect alignment that I really wanted. But here, this player has both Pokemon built. What is going on? Where do the people get their Rex Alchemy? I guess, by the way, again, another tip for the current season. If you go for any of the raid hours, which I maybe do tomorrow then as well, you're gonna get a guaranteed rare XL candy for catching the Pokemon. You have to catch them. If you don't catch them, you don't get this candy, but for catching the Pokemon from the legendary raid hour on the Wednesdays, you get a guaranteed rare candy XL. I should definitely do them more often, because there are quite a few mythical Pokemon that I know all of a sudden good. For example, Meloetta, for example, of course, the Keldeo. There's the Root, which is a solid Pokemon, even though in the current meta it is quite difficult to play as a Root. I wouldn't really recommend you to build as a Root currently. Main reason for this is just with the recent meta shift, you have more Dragon-type Pokemon around, especially Dragon and Ice. And you're going to have way more Fairy-type Pokemon around. And the meta where this one was good is kind of gone in the current time, so as a Root, I would kind of not recommend you. But anyway, we're going to see here Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele, how was it? Like, this was a very good save swap. I was talking mainly about everything else basically during this video so far. But it was a very good save swap, and honestly was definitely worth building now. Which is kind of funny, because if you think about it, Tapu Lele went from nowhere to being one of the strongest Pokemon in the current Master League meta. This Pokemon, when even I was looking for it and tried to get it, had Astonish without any of the buffs. Had Confusion as the other fast move, didn't have Nature's Madness yet, and PSYSHOCK didn't get buffed. So it actually got a new signature move that is absolutely overpowered with Nature's Madness. It got a 2 ginormous buffs on the fast move of Astonish, and it got an also buff with the charge move of PSYSHOCK. So this Pokemon got a very nice treatment from Niantic recently, making it a very solid Pokemon. Here the opponent was able to catch the move on the Meloetta. Like, everybody is running Meloetta right now, which also kind of makes me believe that Yveltal has a lot of play, but then again, Dazzling Gleam is going to be super effective. So you have to run your Bug-type Pokemon. Maybe, actually, a Pokemon that has a lot of play currently, and this is not a joke, is Genesect. If I have a good one, if there's one that I kind of want to build there, I might build this for the season as well, because Genesect is the solution. It beats hard basically everything right now that is going to be good. So like Genesect is, I think, currently one of the biggest meta breaker, as you're going to be able to beat Meloetta completely. You beat all the, like, it's actually such a good Pokemon. I have to say again, you should most likely look into building yourself a Genesect right now if you have the Pokemon, or if you have it already, just use it, because there are fairy types everywhere. If you just go for Fury, kind of Magnet Bomb, and then like any of the coverage moves like Technoblast, like whichever one you want. I think Ice is kind of cool right now. Maybe Fire. Then you're gonna be great right now, because it's gonna beat also all of the Kyurem forms. So like, yeah, I feel like Genesect is something that I'm definitely gonna take a look at. I know that I have the XL candy because there are like 20 million forms of it. But yeah, this is definitely something that I will build very likely with the Stardust that I just gained today, because Genesect is an interesting one. Anyway, let's take a look at the gameplay again. We're going to have here the Reshiram. A lot of times the opponent were actually able to kind of successfully bait me into matchups that I don't really want to be in. But you can still go for the full farm down here. That's going to be fine. Let's see what's coming in. It's going to be the Kyurem. We're going to swap out here. And yeah, this is not going to be the best matchup because I have super effective fast move pressure. Hooray, that is not so great for us. We're going to try our best to go for a PSYSHOCK. I actually would love to see some Steel type buff, by the way. Actually, I would love to see a Steel type buff, especially towards the Master League. I feel like Steel type Pokemon are kind of not at a position currently where they can compete with the best ones of them all. So that would be something that I would love to see as well, especially would definitely help us out in order to counter, the current Kyurems mainly and Fairy type Pokemon. So maybe a Steel type buff would be something cool for the next season. And Niantic would love to see it, or Scopely, whoever is currently owning that one, would be really, really cool to see. But as you can see here, Kyurem is coming back in. They're gonna be able to sadly just go for the full farm down. And this Pokemon was just a pain. It was such a pain to deal with. And this kind of makes me want to really just counter them, because they are counterable. Like again, like Dialga, for example, is also a good answer for those. Here it says Landorus would be a good answer because of the Stone Edge, Rhyperior, Palkia. I'm just looking very quick on how to counter the Kyurem Black, because Kyurem Black is such a strong Pokemon. The best one is actually Florges, which is interesting with the Trailblaze. Florges definitely worth building, by the way. If you haven't built a Florges yet, which is me included, because I never got a good one. Now I got a 15, 15, 13, which is lucky for my girlfriend. So like, I'm really happy about that one. And I will build this. But yeah, if you don't have a Florges yet, definitely build one. It is worth it. It is absolutely worth it. It is a core breaker for the current meta. Anyway, you're going to be able to go for Nature's Madness here, and you will see what kind of madness it's going to be, because we're going to be able to get a ton of damage onto them. We can go for the full farm down, and with this, we're going to see here the Kyurem coming in. We're going to have our good answer here, the Xerneas, and we can try our best to go for those close combats against the opponent. We have here the Ho coming in. I can swap out, farm them down. They actually, look at this, the fast move damage still came in from the Ho-Oh, even though it wasn't shown there directly. We are going to be able to go for the Dark Pulse here. This is going to get them low. We can go for a close combat as well afterwards, and we should be kind of fine here. They don't have 2 charge moves yet. And with this, we're going to be able to definitely win the battle, because 2 close combats are going to be enough to knock them out, and we can move on to the final battle of today's video, as this is going to be enough to get the KO. Final battle here, we're going to take a look now at the Rhyperior matchup. We see the swap out here into the Necrozma from the opponent. We're going to be able to go for the Dark Pulse, which is going to force guaranteed the shield from them here, because there's no way they want to let the move go through. And we can swap out into our Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele going to be able to use a shield, can go for the full farm down. And let's see on what this is going to do for them. They are going to go for another charge move, and I decide to just use another shield. Sometimes they're running weird moves on this Necrozma. There are like basically any kind of moveset that is possible with it, you can imagine in Lego Battle League. Like people running Iron Head, people running Outrage, they do everything with it. But yeah, we're going to be able to still go for 2 Nature's Madness here, which is going to be Madness, as we're going to be able to get the KO against the Rhyperior Neely, and they have my Nemesis in the back. Honestly, Kyurem is just so strong. I really want to like build counter teams towards this Pokemon, but also really want to build this, like use this Pokemon, have them all built. So maybe the next video is going to be to either Kyurem Black or Kyurem White, because I have to say they were just so overpowered against us today. I kind of want to join in there. Look at this, they just one-shot basically my Fairy type Pokemon there. You're a Dragon Man. You're not supposed to do this. But yeah, we're sadly gonna lose the final battle here, but it's all good. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Tapu Lele is still a very good Pokemon. Maybe use it differently though. I think the Shadow Claw weakness against the Kyurem Black might be a bit too much there. But anyway, this is going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then.